Hey, this is Ross with my partner Bob. We have a show called Worldview Matters.
And Ross, as you know, we believe that everything in life is somehow related to how people view the world around them.
Our show is available on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Also available on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
This is the Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition for Tuesday, the 15th of January. I'm James Spann. It's going to snow on Thursday. That's what everybody wants to know. That's one of the big issues. Flooding issues still possible today. Really cold next week. A lot of things on the board. Let's see if we can get specific here. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots around the network early this morning. These were captured at 5 a.m. We'll check those Northwest Alabama cameras. The news is good. That's the Haleyville Skycam. They've been at 33 in downtown Haleyville all night, just above freezing. I've heard of no icy bridges around Winston County. Same thing for Huntsville. That's Memorial Parkway, and they're in the mid-30s, no icing there. And Hamilton, 33. I would imagine there's maybe a pocket or two that's at 32, but I've heard of no reports of any bridge icing, no travel issues this morning, and that's the good news. Well, there's the deal. Very cold trough in the west, and that the base of that thing will be cutting off into a deep cold core upper low that's going to bring a weatherman's woe on Thursday with a forecasting challenge of snow. In the meantime, overrunning, warm, moist air going up and over the shallow, cold air at the surface. You know what that means? More miserable weather, cloudy and wet today. There's a look at those numbers. And again, most everybody up in Northwest Alabama in the mid-30s. We note the Haleyville Airport is at 32, but again, we've heard of no trouble. And down this way, mostly 40s, low 40s, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, Tuscaloosa. And again, I don't think we see 50 today. Around the nation, man, it's cold. Up in Canada and over in Utah, Colorado, they're below zero again. It's been brutal out there for a while. Let's peek at the radar at 4:57 a.m., and we'll just see those waves of rain today, tonight, tomorrow, Thursday. It's going to be Friday before the sun comes back, but just hang on and we'll get there. All right, this is an interesting setup today. We got an ice storm warning from Memphis down through the Mississippi Delta to near Monroe, Louisiana. Just north of Jackson, Mississippi. That stuff's nasty. Where they're going to see it's colder over there. They're in deeper cold air, and they'll be in the upper 20s, around 30, and they could see maybe a quarter inch of ice. That could be a problem. And around here, it's just the potential of flooding. Still, there's a winter weather advisory technically for this morning, but that won't last long. Just the other main issue is potential for some flooding in the low spots with that rain continuing today. This is the rain for the next 5 days that carries us through Sunday morning at 7 o'clock, and this is suggesting additional rain amounts of about 1 inch. Ooh, and this is the deal on Thursday. This is the potential of greater than 1 inch of snow from the period Thursday morning at 6 a.m. to Friday morning at 6 a.m. And this is coming from HPC, and the higher probabilities are Jackson, Mississippi, down to Vicksburg and into Louisiana, but we've got the percentages running in the 20 and 30% bracket around here. And these things are challenging. And again, I'll show you the very specific maps in just a minute. Forecasting upper lows are just a nightmare. Here's a graphical look at the modeling on this thing, and you've got the 06Z NAM, and this is based on BuffKit. This is a model analysis tool, which is typically pretty good. The 06Z NAM wants to ramp it up to 3 inches in Birmingham, which is an outlier. Most models are anywhere from a trace to 1.5 inches. And again, let's get deeper in this, and we'll talk about this. Let's take a look at modeling. This is the 06Z GFS at noon today, troughing to the west. Look at the 591 upper high that's over the Bahamas. That's the place to be if you want warm weather. And down below that, same deal today. Cold and wet. Won't get out of the 40s. You're used to it by now. Tomorrow, the sun won't come out, but at least the rain won't be quite as widespread, maybe. Just occasional light rain. Still, it's going to be a wet day. And a pretty decent chance we'll touch 50, but don't get too excited. All right, Thursday, midday, Thursday at noon. This is the GFS. It's got the cold core literally over Selma. And what the deal with this, you've got dynamic cooling. Down at the surface, it's not going to be that cold. We'll be sitting initially at like 42 or 43, but literally this thing brings its own cold air, cooling from above. Temperatures drop down through the 30s, and the key to determining the rain-snow line is about 5,000 feet, and it cools things down to 5,000 feet. Rain changes to snow. The snow cools the lower levels, and before you know it, you got a mess. And we're not good at forecasting these. We had one in 1997 that dropped 8 inches of snow in Demopolis. And down there, we were expecting a cold, rainy day. But sometimes you'll see similar systems that don't do anything. It just rains. Let's look at the NAM. How about a different look? By golly, it is very similar. The NAM has the cold core basically over Tuscaloosa and Birmingham at midday Thursday. And remember, the greatest chance of getting some snow with this thing is going to be directly under the lowest heights, that inner circle in through there. And that's suggesting right over our territory. Here's the surface chart down below that coming off the GFS. It's got a surface low to the southeast, which is favorable. And again, the critical thickness, that little blue circle you see there, that would be where the greatest chance of that would be. We'll look at the snow accumulation off the NAM, and this is suggesting not much. And understand, the ground is wet. This is not going to be some long-duration, big-time winter storm. This is just a chance of a good snow burst where the ground gets white for a little bit, and it'll be gone, pretty quickly. And I don't even know if we have any travel problems because, temperature should be above freezing even if we do see snow. So this is not a high-impact event, but, on the other hand, anytime it snows one flake around here, it's a high-impact event. This is showing the better chance of accumulating snows over about the northern half of the state, the bigger numbers up to the north. Now, interesting to note, the GFS shows no accumulating snow. And again, that's probably based on the warmer soil and, surface temperatures way above freezing. And the RPM shows no accumulating snow, nothing. So, we're not ready to make a specific forecast. And by the way, this is a graphical look at the GFS. And note that top chart, that's the snow depth, and it runs it up to about 1/8 of an inch. Why it didn't reflect on that map there, I'm not so sure. But the bottom line is, yes, there's a chance we'll see some snow Thursday. Maybe accumulating snow, but it probably would be light, except in a few narrow spot. There might be a little strip of heavier snow, but since temperature should be above freezing, I don't think it'll be a big impact event for travel. It's not going to last long. In the overall scheme of things, not one for the books, but just maybe something pretty to look at and a brief inconvenience. Because Friday, hey, it's gone, and the sun comes back. Friday afternoon, how about 53? That's a heat wave. Come on. Main thing's getting that sun back in here. Same thing Saturday, a nice day, partly to mostly sunny with low 50s. Sunday, northerly winds kind of kick in. Highs drop back in the 40s. We stay dry. And we note that 1,051 millibar high north of Montana. Man, that is cold. Monday, a trough begins to carve out over the east, and here comes the cold air. 1043 high. That is west of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Highs will be in the low 40s, and Tuesday, ouch, we won't get out of the 30s. That's suggesting a high only of about 35, 36 degrees, a biting north wind. And by Wednesday morning of next week, we're going to have to look out for lows down in the teens here easily. Here's a look at the European, valid Tuesday evening of next week. Same deal, very cold. I mean, up around the Great Lakes, way below zero up there. So again, Tuesday highs in the 30s. Hardest freeze, coldest morning of the season here, Wednesday morning of next week. So watch out for that. But it's going to be a dry intrusion of cold air. Now, later in the month, from the Fun and Games Department, this is the 26th. Oh, man, that looks like a snow event there, doesn't it, on the northern flank of that? On the 27th, a chance of snow on the backside turning very cold. And on the 30th, here comes another one. You got a 1042 Arctic high that's over the Dakotas and a Gulf low. Woo, boy, that's a big old snow set up there. So you get the idea that the weather's going to be very interesting here for the rest of the winter season with a lot of mischief possibilities. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. And if you can, watch us on ABC 3340 News this evening on the live stream or the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.